Hi guys, my name is Anna and today I'm going to be sharing with you my journey into investing. So just as a bit of background, I'm 29 years old and I'm essentially planning to retire by the time I'm 35. Now, I started investing in 2019. So although I had always worked in finance, my finances weren't the best. And back in 2019, I essentially had a bit of a nervous breakdown. And honestly, now that I look back at it, I'm super thankful that I went through that because it helped me realize that I don't want to be stuck in a 9-to-5. I don't want to have this cycle of debt and this kind of need to work so that I can pay off the debt and the mortgage, etc. I want to decide what I do, how I do it, and when I do it. As a result of that, I sort of came across the idea of financial independence online. So as I learned more about it, I just started changing my lifestyle to fit in with what I need to do. I started being more sensible with money. I started being more frugal. I started to pay off debt and try to get additional income streams to help with that. And finally, I started investing. Well, I started learning about investing first, and then I started investing. And because I was still very new at it, and although I understood the basic concepts of, reading financial statements and things like that from being a chartered accountant, I essentially just wanted to try to copy someone else because I didn't really know where to start. So I spoke to a friend who I'd known had been investing for a while, and I downloaded the same app that he was using because he showed me exactly how it worked. So I didn't have to worry about figuring it out on my own. And through doing that, I got to dip a toe into investing and learn as I went along. So I started off with very small sums of money just to learn the ropes and really get into it. And as time went on, I was learning more and therefore becoming more and more comfortable with making investment decisions. In terms of learning about investments, I did the majority of it through books. So I have so many books about investing, and through YouTube channels, because a lot of people talk about their journeys and try to educate. And, you should never take it as financial advice, of course, but taking that in and processing it on your own and putting it together with what you're learning through books, etc., and through your own experience is invaluable. Now, as time went on and as I became a little bit more confident, I started testing out different platforms and using different platforms because I do think it's important to see what everyone offers and figure out what's important to you. I also then started my YouTube channel as I realized that there really weren't many women talking about investing. Most of the channels that I found that were led by women at the time, there are many more now, but most of the channels I found at the time talked about budgeting and being frugal and saving money, which was great because that was all really useful to me. But there weren't many talking about investing. So I thought it would be great to help get other women on board and make them realize that they can do it too. I think it's so important and so powerful for us to be financially independent as women. Now, I started using eToro about a year after my investment journey. So I really wanted to try out copy trading. I was seeing eToro ads everywhere, on buses as I walked down the road, etc. But at the time, I was still a little bit nervous because I wasn't quite sure how it worked, so I decided to use the virtual portfolio feature. So if you're not aware, the virtual portfolio feature on eToro is actually where you are given $100,000 virtual money to practice. I really liked that because not many platforms offered virtual portfolios, and it is a lot of money. So you can practice a lot of different things with it. You can practice copy trading, you can practice actual trading and investing, etc., and get to know the platform before you put your hard-earned money into it. So as I was using that virtual portfolio, I started making quite decent profits. on the copy trading, so I decided to actually start using the real thing. I ended up sticking with it because I think it's really simple to use. I really like the desktop layouts. Now, not many apps tend to have decent desktop layouts, so that to me is really important. I don't like just having to use an app, so that was a big plus for me. So I ended up sticking with it and then using the copy trading to go into stuff that I didn't know myself. So what I mean by that is that I started copying someone in my real portfolio that was doing foreign exchange, and I have no clue about foreign exchange investing. I really don't. When I did it as a chartered accountant in terms of like foreign exchange and all that kind of stuff, I found it so difficult. So I really wanted the exposure to it in my portfolio, but I didn't know how to do it myself. So that's how I sort of started my journey into copy trading in my real portfolio. I do love that I can do that. I love that you can use the copy trading feature to dip your toe into things that you're not quite sure about yourself. So even as a beginner, you might want to do that with just normal investing. But of course, just be comfortable with the risks you're taking, and as a beginner as well, just be aware of leverage trading, because you can do that on eToro as well. And leverage trading is great, but it's great for people who really know what they're doing, because as a beginner, it's not really something that you should be getting into. I don't have all of my money in copy trading. I don't think anyone should, but I actually think that it's a great way to supplement your portfolio with, like I said, things maybe that you're not necessarily comfortable with doing yourself, or just maybe traders that you think are doing really well, just to see how they do for you. And yeah, I just think that as long as you're sensible about it and don't just put all of your money into copying one person, then I think it's a great way to start learning about investing. So now I hold multiple portfolios across multiple platforms, and I'm really working to get towards my goal of essentially retiring at 35 and really putting more money into those investments. Now, you might see me on this channel more often, so do let me know if there are any videos that you'd like to see from me on this channel, and if you did enjoy it and you're going to stick around, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.